Today we're going to share a strategy for social emotional learning and personal interactions in the classroom. This is the Suzy Strategy from Bruce Barron. The Suzy Strategy is a designated time to discuss social issues and opinions as a whole class, a small group, or a partner. It is designed for student-to-student bonding, respect, and understanding. The Suzy Strategy can address topics such as bullying, prejudice, racism, and other social conflicts that arise in the classroom or on the playground. We work together to create empathy and build emotional intelligence with our students. Addressing these conflicts and issues can help create an inclusive and safe classroom. To prep this strategy, take a blank piece of paper and sketch an image of Suzy. You want to pick a name that nobody in the class has to keep Suzy hypothetical and anonymous. To start the activity, the teacher is going to start sharing the story of Suzy. We explain that Suzy is a student in the classroom and she is being teased, name-called, and more. You can customize the issues that Suzy is experiencing to match what's going on in your own classroom. As you tell the story of Suzy, you want to start to bend, wrinkle, and rip the image of Suzy to show students what the impacts are of hurtful words. We want to show students that the mean and hurtful words that are being said to Suzy are impacting her in a negative way. The moral of the story is even if we try to smooth out the paper, Suzy is still left behind with wrinkles and rips in her paper. No matter what the teacher or other students say to Suzy to make her feel better, she still has that hurt left behind. You can wrap up the activity by offering students a 10-2 or a chance to turn and talk to discuss the hurtful words that were said to Suzy and the effects. In this next clip, observe how the teacher is modeling the Suzy Strategy to students. Okay, friends, we're going to do an activity called Suzy. Everyone say that? Suzy. Is anyone named Suzy in this room? No. All right, so Suzy is our imaginary friend, okay? And so I want to make sure that nobody's name in here is Suzy because this is not to represent anyone specific in the classroom. This is just our imaginary friend. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the story of Suzy because some of the things that have happened to Suzy, maybe they've happened to you as well. And we're really going to talk about how certain things make us feel, right? Because sometimes we have interactions with people. Well, we have interactions with people everywhere we go, in the classroom, on the playground, at home, everywhere, right? At the park. So I'm going to tell you the story of Suzy, okay? So this is Suzy. Suzy is a first grader, and Suzy has really curly hair. She loves to smile. She loves to read books. She likes to ride her bike. So Suzy, she likes doing a lot of different activities. And one day, Suzy was at school, and a person in her class, another classmate, told Suzy that he doesn't like her curly hair. And that made Suzy not feel so good. So even though Suzy was smiling and acted like she didn't care that her classmate said he didn't like her curly hair, a little piece of Suzy a little piece of Suzy that really hurt her on the inside. So even though she's smiling, that comment really hurt her. Those words really hurt her. I know. And as Suzy went off to recess with her classmates and her friends, there was somebody on the playground who was shouting from across the playground and said, "Suzy, you're not playing with us. You're too quiet. You should talk more." And you know what? That comment didn't really make Suzy feel so good. And another part of Suzy felt really, really sad inside. I know. Because sometimes when we hear comments, right, it doesn't make us feel good on the inside, even if we pretend like we don't care or we have a smile on our face. So Suzy went about her day, and later in the day, as everybody was lining up for lunch, there were some girls, and they were talking about how it's so cool to wear jeans. And Suzy wasn't wearing jeans. She was wearing a different type of pants. And one of the girls said, "Suzy, you can't sit with us because you're not wearing jeans. We're only going to sit with people who wear jeans." And Suzy didn't feel like that was very nice. So another part of Suzy just felt, she felt really, really sad. This is how she felt on the inside, okay? And then at lunch, Suzy was like, "That's okay. I'm not going to sit with those girls. I'm going to sit with some other friends." So she went and sat with some other friends. And Suzy opened up her lunchbox and was so excited for the meal that her grandma packed for her. Her grandma made some really delicious food. And as she was opening her lunch, some of the kids were like, "Ew, Suzy, your food smells weird.
Oh my God.
Ew. So it's lunchtime and Suzy has had a little bit of a hard day. There was some comments that people made to Suzy that maybe they didn't think was a big deal, but think about how it made Suzy feel. Now, at the end of the day, let's say the teacher tries to make Suzy feel better, or somebody tries to make Suzy feel better. So they say, Suzy, you know, you're a really amazing person. I really love your hair. I really like how you treat other people. So the teacher and whoever else is supporting Suzy, they try to smooth out all the wrinkles and all the sad, mean things people said to her. And what do you notice about the paper? Even though we tried really hard to smooth it out, what's left?
Still wrinkly.
It's still wrinkly. So this paper, it just shows us that in real life, when we hear sometimes those mean comments or comments that are not so nice, or if maybe we make a comment to somebody, it might make them feel like this on the inside. And even if we were to try to make it better and smooth it out, maybe we even say sorry. And even if the person is still smiling, look at how they still might feel on the inside.
Oh, man.
So when I say the signal word extinction, I want you to turn to a neighbor and tell them how Suzy feels on the inside even after people try to make her feel better. Okay? Our word is extinction. Say it with me. Extinction. Talk to your neighbor. How does Suzy feel? How is Suzy feeling? I want to hear from you because you talked to your neighbor about how that might have make Suzy felt. So who will share out? Yes, please share with us. What were some of the things you talked to your neighbor about?
She was still kind of sad.
She was still kind of sad. Yeah, what else?
She was feeling really, really sad.
Yeah, she was feeling really, really sad. Even after we tried to make her feel better, right? Like, I can't get this as smooth as it was before because words do hurt people. So we just have to be mindful and intentional and make sure that we show respect to everybody, even in the words that we choose to use with not just our classmates, but at home as well, right? With our siblings, our cousins, our neighbors, our parents, grandma, grandpa, everybody, okay? Try out this activity to put inclusion and social emotional learning into action.